Hey there, everyone. This is Speed Demon 105 here, and I'm taking a bit of a break from the usual recording format to talk about something a bit more serious that has been recently coming up, like, all over YouTube and all over, like, the internet now. In regards to a certain movement, for those who are not aware, that's been going on regarding YouTube and claims, strikes, and how unfair they are becoming in regards to certain copyright issues that have been going on. It's a movement called WTFU, and that stands for Where's the Fair Use? And it's basically like this. Recently, it's been becoming a bit more commonplace that people who are uploading their video content and creating things on YouTube have been having issues with certain studios who take serious problems with them using their certain small bits like their music or their source videos and whatnot. And even if it's like under the rule usage of, under the fair use claim, such as like for parody or reviewing or certain other silly purposes that aren't really being used to make money for, some of those companies have apparently been abusing the copyright system on YouTube in order to either make money off them or just to keep them quiet of things that they really don't like negative comments regarding their material or their practices and things like that. And since I've recently been seeing a lot more of these videos in response to this on the Where's the Fair Use movement coming up from more of the famous reviewers I know, like Doug Walker, the Nostalgia Critic, who I'll actually include a link in the video below to direct you to that, because he has a lot to say about that subject, and he's very entertaining and very smart, and you should check him out. But since, like, I've been seeing a lot more of that recently, I decided to throw in my 2 cents. Now, I've had a few claims and whatnot that have been placed on the videos that I've been doing, mainly in regards to the Let's Plays, like some of the music I've used in some of the Let's Plays that I've done, like that actually like go with the Let's Plays that I've included. That too has sometimes gotten copyright claims. Now, thankfully, I haven't had anything seriously major, like had a video threat removed, or I've never really gotten a strike. The biggest one that I think I got was the Jurassic Park Let's Play Part 4, which they completely muted because I included the credits, which included the classic Jurassic Park theme, which I mostly talk over anyway, I think. But anyways, I had to like redo that audio recording and redub over it and try to be a bit louder over the music, so like make sure that I'm not really sure how it works completely myself, but I can say that I haven't had as much issue with other people. Like some of the entertainers that I listen to, actually, as a matter of fact, the Nostalgia Critic included, have had serious issues with copyright claims because some people, for whatever reason, even though he's fairly using it under a review or for parody purposes, like Team 4-Star and their Dragon Ball Z Abridged series, which has been taken down several times, in fact, have had their reviews shut down and angrily protested at by the creators for things that they really shouldn't be focusing on, in my opinion. Channels have been taken down for things that really aren't that big of an issue in the long run. If anything, they give them more notoriety to the people who are actually working on who are giving reviews of their stuff. And while I can see it from both issues, like, I know piracy is a problem, the thing is, I've started to learn, especially thanks to NC, the Nostalgia Critic, that it's going both ways. People are actually losing money off of their monetized stuff that they're playing ads, and that's being sent to the company, and even if they're being unfairly charged against, like getting strikes and whatnot, they still have a lot of problems because, one, they can only file 3 disputes at once, and it can take a long time for that to work and get around that issue. And 2, the people who are placing these claims and unfairly, like, shutting down their channels and, like, causing problems and leeching money off of it. Again, you can see how they're doing this better in the NC video. He can explain it better than I can. I'll include a link. But those guys, for some reason, they are not getting punished for this. They are allowed to exploit this little loophole and somehow cause the creators more problems even when they're in the wrong. And I get it. I get why people would be upset for, like, using their material and being spoken negatively about it, but apart from the fact that it goes against the Constitution's right of freedom of speech and freedom of creativity and all that other stuff, even within those legal clauses, people are still finding ways to not only exploit it and take advantage of it, but also to silence and completely unfairly stop the creators from doing something that most of them are just doing for fun and not even intending any real harm. I mean, I wonder just how many of those studios who are placing the claims on their YouTubes and getting them strikes, shutting them down, even wonder if they're actually trying to take advantage of it or just having fun. I don't even think half of them, some of them know. I'm not going to state names or anything, but I don't even think some of those people who are making those claims even know what their rights of the creators of the videos are. They're just... The idea that these people are unfairly being put under pressure by the creators who clearly are either don't know what they're doing and making a big deal out of things that shouldn't be, and or even worse, doing it to try and take advantage of it and somehow see if they can make a bundle or prevent their own bad practices or something, things like that, from being talked about or done. That's just not right. It is aggravating to know that good and intelligent people who just want to entertain and have fun, and clearly show that they have no interest in taking advantage of the studio's creators of the material they use and their work. Heck, half of them even probably state in their credits and right up front in the front of the video, like Team 4 Star's DBZ Abridged parody series, they clearly state right on the start of every single video that they do that the following work is a fan-based parody, which is completely fair use, and on top of that, they also downright say that you should support the official release. That's proof right there, and all that they do is proof that they love the material that they work with, and they want them to be successful and spread the good word about what they enjoy. And the idea that people don't get that and even get upset when they really shouldn't, or worse, don't care at all and just want to use that as an excuse to either angrily shut them down or take advantage of them and make money off of it. It's just unbelievable to think that professional businesses take advantage of their fans and the material that they satirize or review or some other thing like that. It's unbelievable to think that they take advantage of that and are not punished, and they can't be, and they get away with it. I mean, why is it that some people have to get so upset over things that in the long run probably don't even affect them that much? If anything, a lot of the stuff that I watch, like parodies and reviews, they give a lot of positive press, and the work creators really state that they enjoy their work. So, if anything, I think it's not only hurting them more to either keep them quiet or use that for money's sake, but it's also unfair to the creators because they're just doing what they want to do because they enjoy it most of the time and not really to make any money off of it. And if they are somehow, I mean, I understand if they're like leaking the source material and whatnot for like actual piracy issues and like are unfairly saying things like, yeah, you can all thank me for this and not the people who actually made it. I can understand that that's an issue, but like I said, it goes both ways, and the fact that the other side is not in any way able to be punished themselves for this, and those who are just doing something that's really completely harmless are being punished and restricted in this, it's just really, really unforgivable in my opinion, because some of the guys I listen to who have probably had to deal with this issue, they are nice people, they are smart, they are respectful, and they fully support, if they work with any sort of material from another source that other people have worked on or create, they clearly show their respect. And they make that respect clear in their work. And it's not fair that they have to have their stuff restricted or shut down or inconvenienced in such unfair ways, like only able to be filing disputes and then having to wait to get their stuff back when it's not even fair that it was taken down in the first place. The fact that the creators won't even bother to negotiate and talk it out or get to know them and understand the situation from their point. Like, if there's a problem, they should just talk to them first before that they do anything seriously drastic. Because just going like that for reasons that are been going on recently, like money and just to keep them quiet, is just wrong in so many ways. And those creators have no defense against that. So I think it's time that a lot of us started to speak out and say that we're really unhappy with this, not just for ourselves, but for the people we enjoy watching and listening to. Because I've seen Team 4-Star and Doug Walker both, and probably a lot of other people have a lot of their entertaining and creative material just shut down for completely unfair reasons and have to be punished and wait a long time for reasons to get their stuff back, for reasons that really are not fair and really way too harsh. I mean, I'm not going to argue against the creators if they really feel like their work is being infringed on, but they should make sure that they are really in the right here, because a lot of the time they're not, and they're either overreacting or, even worse, they're trying to exploit it. And those creators, again, can't do anything about it. They can't stop them. They just are able to keep making claims and strikes on people's channels and whatnot. And it's really a big restriction of our freedom, creative freedom. A lot of those people. So, again, if you could probably find a lot other videos apart from this one, I'm going to include that link, that are going to describe this issue in probably a lot better detail than I can, but I'm in agreement with pretty much a lot of them. Especially the Nostalgia Critic when he said that we need to change that system. Because we need to be allowed to, like, file more than just 3 disputes. And if we are being unfairly infringed upon on our freedom and creativity, then we should be allowed to not only complain about it, but also stop the people who are doing it from taking advantage of us. Because we have the right to do that. if we feel like we are being exploited or used, it's not right that those people who do that get away with it while we have to sit down and take punishment for it. So, if anyone else is in agreement with me, I would just really, really love to hear your thoughts. I would love to hear you get out there and spread the word, because we really need to start standing together on this issue, because this has been something that's been going on for a really long time, and it's now getting, judging from what I'm hearing, it's getting worse, and it needs to stop. We need to change the system, and a lot of people probably have a lot better suggestions, and the two big things I can probably think of are the ones they got from Nostalgia Critic. Change the claimant system to allow us to file more disputes, and make sure that the people who are unfairly making claims and strikes aren't allowed to do it again, and don't get away with this sort of thing. Because these creators and the people who are just doing it for fun and to entertain and mainly to just do things that are completely legal, the fact that they are being attacked and being forced to be quiet is not right in any way. I know it's just as wrong to, like, take advantage of another's work and post it unfairly, like, you claim credit for this, or actually cheat them out of profits and whatnot. I know that that's not fair, but it goes the other way around. So, with that said, I just want to leave with this on one final statement. To all of those people out there, I believe that in the end, those who are in the right will always be proven right, because people are smart enough to know when copyright is being abused on either the side of the actual creators who have their stuff, like the material being ripped off of or being like exploited for monetary purposes that are definitely illegal. But at the same time, I know that people are also smart enough to know when it's really not as big an issue as some are claiming it to be, and when, in fact, the other side, who is using a legal system to protect their rights, to infringe on the rights of others, those people will tell, and they will stop it, and above all else, those who are in the right will have their rights protected, and so, with that all in mind, I am encouraging all of you to stand out there and talk about this issue and make sure that people get the message that if we are using things fairly, then we should be allowed to continue doing it. And if there is a problem, then we should be allowed to talk about it and discuss it and come to an agreement to make sure that mistakes like that don't happen again, and nobody feels like they're being used or exploited. So, for both sides of this issue, for those who are unfairly using a creator's source material for their own personal gain, and those who are silencing those who are not doing that, simply to either make money or just keep them quiet, I have only one real question that I would like to ask all of you. Where's the fair use? This is Speed Demon 105, and I hope that you guys have enjoyed listening to me ramble on about this for a bit, and hopefully it gave you a bit of food for thought and encouraged you to also stand up and talk about this. Again, I'll include a link to the Nostalgia Critics, his video about this, where you'll probably be able to learn a lot more about this. And you should check out his channel and his website, because he's a very awesome guy. And he really understands stuff like this. So, thanks for listening, everyone. I'll see you later.